Hey there. Good morning. This is James with Unity of Greenville and Taylor, South Carolina. Woke up. It's a little cooler this morning. The weather is changing and the leaves are falling. And it's just going to be a gorgeous day. And the leaves are already starting. As I look out beyond my computer here, I can see the leaves are turning to gold and red and there's still a lot of green out there, but that's going to change pretty quickly, especially if we get a frost, which we just might do in the next few days. So, welcome. Glad you're here. I want to share with you this morning a little bit about how to affirm well-being and prosperity. Affirming your well-being and prosperity. And joy, too. Let's not forget joy. Mm. Joy is a very important ingredient to your life because joy is what makes it all work. Brings everything together into a nice boiling pot of life stew that you get to enjoy. So I'm going to read some affirmations and we'll comment a little bit on them. But I want you to just take a moment, take in a deep breath, and just relax a little bit. I know you've got things to do today, places to go, and people to see and stuff is happening and you've got this and you've got your to-do list or maybe you don't. Maybe it's a vacation day and just relaxing and resting. Well, that either way, I want you to take a breath with me. That feels pretty good. Hey, when you have one good breath, let's do another one together. Ready? Beautiful. We're thankful and appreciative of the all loving goodness of God in our lives today. Yeah. So, affirmation number one, I am sailing the sea of abundance. I am sailing the sea of abundance. I love affirmations uh, that reveal pictures that give me a picture that I can dwell upon, that I can feed upon, that I can look at. And this is one of those. I'm sailing upon the sea of abundance. It's beautiful to know that there is this quantum field all around us. We could call it a quantum sea of possibilities and potentialities. And to understand that there are many ways to get what I need. There are many ways to get what I need. Sometimes we lock ourselves into a particular um, source that we feel that all of our good comes from. Like, for instance, all my love comes from my wife, from my family. Well, that's not necessarily so. There's love that comes to me from my friends, from people around me, from unexpected places, from nature, from pets, from all kinds of things, all kinds of different ways. Income can come to me in many ways, shapes, and forms. My goal is to remain optimistic and to remain open to the possibilities because I'm sailing upon the sea of abundance. It's a bun dance. I love that word dance. Guidance. The word dance is in there and it is like a dance because we're learning how to dance with life. We're learning how to dance with the universe. We're learning how to dance and interact with each other in positive ways and helpful ways. And when we know that there is this sea of unlimited potentiality, there's a sea of abundance that we live in, that God is our source of supply. Jesus tells us, or Paul tells us in the Bible, that my God shall supply all of your needs according to the riches of glory. And that's a beautiful thing. That's a wonderful thing. And so, remembering that God is our strength and God is our source. And there are many ways, many uh, pathways that things can come to you. You know, if you might expect it one way, but it might come in the mail. You might expect it to come, you know, through a bank loan, or maybe it's going to come through your job, or maybe it's going to come from a family member, or who knows where it's going to come from. It doesn't matter, just as long as it gets here and it gets here on time, right? So it's important to stay open and just get a picture of yourself sailing on the sea of abundance. Now, affirmation number 2. I'm willing to be led by the Spirit within me. In the Bible, it says that the candle is the candle, the inner candle light is the Spirit, is your spirit, and is searching all the inward parts, all the inner realms, in order to reveal to you, to lead you, to guide you. And so I love this word willing. It's important to have some willingness. Are you willing to be guided? People tell me all the time, I don't get guidance. It's very hard for me to be guided. No, wait a minute. Are you willing to be guided? That is the key here. You want to decide, I am willing to be led by the Spirit within me. So this is the power of will, which is one of the 12 powers that Charles Fillmore talks about, the 12 powers of unity. And one of those powers is the power of will. And the power of will says, I am, I can, and I do. You see the progression? Because I am, because I'm connected to God, I'm connected to Spirit, I can. I can accomplish anything. I can do all things through the Christ empowerment within me. I can do anything. And so that's a fabulous affirmation. I'm willing to be led by the Spirit within me. I'm willing. Just being willing opens the door. Number 3, affirmation. I accept miracles into my life. Some people tell me they don't believe in miracles. Well, guess what? I believe in miracles. I believe that miracles happen every day, every moment of every day. And so I am in acceptance of that. I allow for the miracles. I allow for the surprises to show up in my life and to come to me. Even when I'm not thinking about it, miracles come my way because I'm open and I'm paying attention. And whenever I see a miracle, I am grateful and I give thanks to the divine power. I give gratitude to the universe and I say thank you because I am in acceptance of miracles into my life, whatever that needs to be for me. It's a beautiful thing. All right, the next affirmation says, now is the time for my good. What time is it? It's always now. Now is the time for my good. See, I'm not going to talk about how good it used to be. And, you know, you can do that. And you can be grateful for how things have been up to this point. That's fine. That's good. And you can also be grateful for the way things are going to be. But you don't want to set yourself up to where it's only in the past that it has happened, or maybe only in the future that your good is going to happen. No, it's a right now proposition. It's called present moment awareness. Be aware of the moment because now is your time for good. And that's what you want to affirm every day in your prayers. I affirm my good now. Now is my time. Now is the time for my good. And when you say that, the universe is listening. The universe is opening things up for you. And there is a divine orchestration that's helping to bring about all the good, all the love and the joy and all the good things that you and I need and want and desire and deserve in our lives. Do you know you deserve to be happy? You deserve to have joy. You deserve to be at peace. You deserve a prospering life. The next affirmation says, I always listen to my inner guide. I always, see that word always. Mm. You say, but James, I don't always listen. Well, I understand that. But you want to affirm that I always listen to my inner guide. See, it's by affirming it that you create the reality of it within you, within your being. I always listen to my inner guide. I hear the inner voice. I hear that inner calling that is gently leading and guiding me and whispering to me and nudging me and pulling me and causing me to be in the flow of my life. I always listen to my inner guide. And if I miss it, guess what? It'll come back around in another way, another shape, another form. It'll come back to me, and I will be able to see it and hear it and feel it and act upon it. I'm open to healing and divine health in whatever way it shows up. You see, I don't like to put limits on anything. It can show up however it needs to. Some people say, well, I want to be healed and I want God to do it a certain way. And if it isn't done a certain way, then I don't believe it. Well, guess what? Sometimes divine health will show up and healing will show up in different ways. I know in my own life, sometimes healing comes in a spiritual inflow of energy. And it's like it's almost miraculous. It's almost instantaneous. It just sometimes it happens over time as I change my thinking, as I evolve in my spiritual, psycho-spiritual, emotional growth, and I heal and I learn and I find that my health gets better too. There have been times when I just, pray for healing and I go to the doctor and whoop, you've got the answer, And sometimes there's alternative therapies and alternative methodologies and techniques. And, sometimes it's just changing my thoughts in my mind. There's many ways. There's no limits on how it can come. Don't put any limits upon the healing power of divinity, right? All good things come from the divine. If there's a divine idea, if there's a medicine that can help you, then take the medicine. If there's if it's going to hurt you, I mean, that's a different thing. You have to consider these things. It's really always up to you, but don't put any limits on how it can come around, because sometimes God shows up in different packages. Sometimes you get a package and say, not sure about this, but when you open it up, you realize it is for you. It is the presence of God. It's the present coming to you from God, because it's always now, right? In the moment, present moment awareness, and it shows up right on time what you need. Now, sometimes if things take longer, then those are the moments that we practice our faith, that we practice our belief, that we practice what we believe in and how we feel. And we know that God is directing us, even though it may take more time. And who knows why it does. I'm not going to tell you that I have all the answers, and I don't know that anybody really does. It's just, it comes when it comes. It happens when it needs to happen. And so I'm okay with that. There's no limits on how it can come. I am open to healing and divine health in whatever way it shows up. All right, one more affirmation. I am living as the embodiment of joy. I am living right now as the embodiment of joy. What does that mean? Well, that means I act upon my joy. Whatever you're doing, does it bring you joy? Does it inspire you? Does it create, a sense of well-being? Does it cause you to feel, good? Well, those are signs that the universe is guiding you, that God is leading you, that Spirit is directing you. I act upon my joy and my inspiration. It's important that we do that. If I am the embodiment of joy, then I act upon that joy. I act upon that inspiration. And I'm always led and I'm always guided to wherever I need to be in the moment I need to be there, not a second less uh, before, not a second after, but right exactly when I need to be. You affirm that to yourself, you trust it, you know it within your being, and then you will experience it more and more and more. So I am the living embodiment of joy. Ah, let's take a breath together. Let's give thanks for another beautiful day. Let's give thanks for, you know, these wonderful affirmations that we've shared today. And I hope that you can use these and that you will allow these to work in your life and to bring about, what it is that you desire in your life. Affirmations are good to build you up, and they're teaching tools, and they help renew your minds and the spirit of your mind and your understanding, and it just opens the door for even more good stuff, things to happen. All right. If you'd like to make a donation to Unity of Greenville, I invite you to go to our website, unitychurchofgreenville.org. And when you go there, there will be a place to make a donation. We appreciate it very much. You can request prayer as well. There are lots of videos from the past that you can look at, that you can download as podcasts and take with you and listen to the teachings. And there are resources there. We're updating our blog on a semi-regular basis. And so I invite you to look at the website on a continual basis. If you want to get text alerts whenever there's something going on at Unity, we'd like to send out text alerts and let people know. If there are events, that you want to find out about, go to our website, unitychurchofgreenville.org or .com. It works either way. And just know that we want to stay in touch with you. And we appreciate you. Thank you so much for being with me today. I look forward to seeing you next time. Enjoy yourself. I'll see you again tomorrow at 5:30 right here. If you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, know that you are loved, and we pray for your highest good. Thank you.